Hey everybody, this is Malia Lani, and I wanted to talk really quickly about something that I had been struggling with for a while. And I know there's a lot of other women out there, and men, but I'll just speak for my own gender, who struggle with this too. And it can vary when it starts, but there's about 3 different phases, and it's perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. And I was fortunate enough that I just flew through perimenopause and really menopause without any of the typical symptoms. No mood swings, no hot flashes, no weight gain, no headaches, just to name a few of the symptoms. But the creeping into postmenopause, I started noticing these symptoms, these mood swings, just, everything would just send me through the roof. I just became the biggest overreactor ever. And I started putting on weight, which I just, I didn't like that. And as a nutritionist and a health coach, I was doing everything that I thought I needed to do. I was doing everything right that I thought was right. But I knew there was something missing, but I didn't know what that was. And that was very frustrating for me because I thought, if I can't help myself, how am I going to help others? So I really kind of became a little bit, which is not like me. I just started kind of settling into, this is just how it is. This is just the phase women go through. This is just kind of your norm. You need to be happy with being fat and frumpy or whatever your mind tells yourself. And I wasn't ready to do that, but I just didn't have a solution. And then about a month and a half ago, I was introduced to a homeopathic, very simple solution, and I knew immediately. I just knew. It's like God just had spoke to my heart. It's like, this is what you've been praying for, and this is it. And it all made sense to me. It wasn't about just another diet. It wasn't a product that, promised that you too can lose weight, which is important, and it's to everybody if that's one of their wellness goals. But this was about getting your hormones actually in balance. Now, I had been doing the nutrition, and I knew the importance of exercise and, adding more protein. As women, we need more protein with every meal. But my hormones were not in balance. I knew they were out of balance. I just didn't know what to do about it. So these 2 homeopathic drops that work synergistically together, that you take 3 times a day, you just drop them under your tongue 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, noon, and then kind of mid to late afternoon. And very, very easy to do. And I immediately noticed my mood swings. I was sleeping better. I had a lot of energy. After about a month and a half, I don't even own a scale, so I had to get one. Because when your clothes fit, when they're loose, and mine are loose again. And I noticed I had lost about 12 pounds. And I knew that's not my end goal, but that's a great outcome. I wasn't even really particularly being very strict to adhere to like a suggested eating plan, like I know how to do, because at the time when I started this, I was traveling a lot, and I was eating foods that were not on the suggested eating list, and maybe having some beverages that were not on the suggested eating list. So, and I still lost weight. I still was getting results. So I thought, well, what would happen if I actually was trying in very intently, and trying my best to do this. And I realized I need to share these because I know a lot of women, and it doesn't seem to be, it's not just when you get in your 40s and 50s. It seems like it's starting earlier now with women that are getting into the perimenopause, and then they have the menopause, and then the post, it's like, is there life after the pause? Because it seems like it just goes on for such a long time. And so I started, the company is Partner Co. And these drops are hormone balancing drops. That's what they do. I also like the fact that they support a balanced blood sugar, which is important to me. They support your thyroid, which is important to a lot of men and women. And they can curb your appetite. This is where that good outcome, if you need it, you can lose some weight. And they do that too. I had to remind myself a few times to actually eat because I just wasn't hungry. And I just want to ask you if you're at that point and you're ready for a change, then reach out to me. I invite you to do that because at least get the information and see if it's a good fit for you. Because you just don't have to struggle in silence anymore and accept that this is just how it's going to be. And then have to hear all the, well, she's going through the change, and that's just like throwing fuel on the fire already. That doesn't help anybody. So don't ever tell any female that, by the way. But I finally feel like I have, for the first time, I have a plan for myself, and I have a plan to offer anyone who wants to grab it and take it, that can actually get them through starting off this new year. That's not just a diet. That's not just a, hey, let's lose the weight really quickly before we put it back on after we eat December, and then let's lose it again in January. This is so beyond weight loss. If you need to lose weight, you will. But once your hormones are in balance, your life can be changed dramatically. I have friends that have gotten off of medications, that's their personal testimony because I'm not on medications. But if I were on them and I could get off them, I'd give this a try. Nothing happens overnight. I'm just going to be honest with you. I tell people, your hormones didn't get out of whack in 30 days. So really you should give this like 60, 90 days to assess and to get the results that you want. And I think that's really a good realistic time frame. But at least give them a start. At least give it a try. So reach out to me. I'll send you information. And if you want to be a part of that 30-day, or I'll just say that rebalance your life program starting in January, let me know that too. If I can get a box to you before then, I would say do it, because this time of year is a time you need your hormones in balance. You're stressed, you might be overeating, you might be overspending, you're spending time with family, and as much as you love them, that's always stressful sometimes. So if you can go in and starting to get your hormones in balance, your mood in balance, your blood sugars in balance, that could be a very beautiful holiday for you. But anytime you start is a great time to start. I would just say, don't wait. Don't wait. Aloha.